listen to it, but so that group, the behind the scenes coaching group we used last year, and I know it was hard to go live because everybody's on their phones, but if you can go live a little bit from some points in Summit into that group, that would be wonderful. If you post on your own page or share in your stories about this group and have a link, maybe even if it's in Instagram in your bio, in Linktree, or on Facebook, put the link to the group, and just start sharing what our community looks like again and getting people excited, because I know that people want to be a part of something. And I think even if, like, I can't remember. Was I talking to you, Monica? I think I was. I can't remember because I've talked about summit planning with you and with Keyshawn in our mastermind. But one of the things was like planning out some posts beforehand, how you feel, and then you could take a picture and insert it during summit. So you're not stressed about it. Or take a picture of you learning, or a group of girls going out, or, you know, just really share that in a group and invite people to that, invite people in. And I think the next 2 weeks, start pushing it on your stories, start talking about coaching, start talking about the community, and be bold and invite people in, you know, even if they're strangers. What do we have to lose? You know, I've been inviting people on Instagram that are strangers to the coaching opportunity, and almost all of them have said no. But the cool thing is I'm like, well, it's been so awesome connecting with you. You know, I'm just so glad we met anyways. And they're always like, well, I love what you do anyway. And people continue watching, and you continue connecting and have a relationship with them. And a lot of them do come back around. I believe that. Or if they know someone, they'll send them to you. So I think the next 2 weeks, definitely focus on getting your success club before we head to Summit, but also focus on your business, because we're going to do a sneak peek. And I was trying to remember, an open house there, you know, was suggested in my mastermind, not a sneak peek, like a different lingo. We're going to do that after Summit, after it's all ramped up. And yeah, I'm not sure. And, you know, whatever you guys think, how we want to do it. If we want to do a Zoom like this and invite people to it and have some of us speak about, you know, what coaching is for us, what our life looks like, or if we just want to post things. I kind of feel like a call like this might be nice, where people can ask questions and it can be personal, and then we can record it and send it to people who couldn't make it, if that makes sense. And so I really just want to lift up our team and everybody to start taking leadership roles and to feel empowered to do that and to share that with others. And so, because you are going to be leading huge teams if you're not already. So it's a great way to step out and just start sharing. Does anybody have any thoughts on the group, on the after sneak peek, or anything you guys want to say about that?
Do you want us to like each cover something specific?
Yeah,
like a topic, like if we each did a video or each did a lot, like, you know, so we're not all,
yeah,
you know, in the one lull of the entire, you know, 4 days, we're all posting on the same day or something, you know.
Yeah.
Would that be helpful if we took a day or each took something specific?
I think that's a good idea. Each have a topic to talk about. So we can do it either like we just post a video we make on the topic, like you were saying, Monica, in the group for whatever, the week after Summit, or we can do it where we do a live call like we used to do with DFG, and, you know, we have a few people pop on and speak about those subjects, and then people can ask questions at the end. Bless you. So whatever you guys think might be, you know, it's hard because I think different people, you know, respond to different things. So with, like, you know, some people might just show up in the group, you know, but then some people might want to get on a face-to-face with people. So.
Right.
But yeah, start thinking about
I think like going back to like brand new coach, like would I have gotten on a call and asked any questions whatsoever?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like would you, even if you were curious, even if you were wondering about anything, would you get on a call with strangers,
Right.
anywhere from 2 to 20 of them, and speak up? I mean, I don't know. Would, you
Mm-hmm.
know, I
Yeah.
don't think I would have.
Yeah.
I would have
Maybe
gotten on the
we
call, but
post.
I would have
Oh, sorry.
stayed muted, you know? I mean, just, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Maybe we post that we're going to um, have a call and answer questions and have them post the questions beforehand or send them to us or something. And that way we kind of like what Jesse Burr did. And then they can ask questions if they want to, but then we already have kind of a list of what a lot of people are wondering anyway. And then so it's kind of a combination of what you're saying is talk about certain topics, go ahead and have something prepared, but then also allow them just if something comes up, you know, allow them to do a Q&A there live too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That might
I
be
like that.
Yeah, maybe we could do like you're saying, do the videos, the topic videos, and then after those run through, have a offer to get on a Zoom and have them send post questions, and then say we're going to get on and answer these questions. And if you want to speak up, or I don't know, or do you guys think just what do you?
Yeah, I think have them on a Zoom and still like, you know, even have different people answer the questions that have come across to them, maybe, you know, so each of us, so it's not just one person speaking or presenting. I think that makes others feel more comfortable. For example, you know, if Stacy has some prospects coming to the call and they're only hearing from me, that makes it kind of weird. But then if they, you know, hear from more than one person, I think that opens it up to you to make it kind of okay to speak up, you know?
Right. Yeah. So would you want to do the topic videos before in the group and then just open up a Zoom call for questions? Or do you think, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I think still opening up the call and then still going over questions there. So we each have some content to speak on and then opening it up to everybody. That makes more sense.
Yeah, I was just saying, do we still do the videos before we do the call, the Zoom call, or just do like a Zoom call? That's it. What do you think?
I think just a Zoom call. I'm just for time for each of us too. It's we can go and just have something prepared for the Zoom call instead of making the video because they may or may not watch it. But if they're attending the Zoom call, that obviously they want to see that. And then maybe even just record the call and post that later for anyone who didn't get to see it. And post questions to that too if they didn't get anything answered.
Yeah.
And still post throughout Summit anyway, you know, on different things.
Yeah, definitely.
Still acknowledge, you know, like the validity of the business or, you know, it being a pyramid scheme or like how, you know, like what people speak on like vision for your business or speak on the community, or personal development since we have, you know, keynote speakers, stuff like that. You know, just touch on different things that we're learning throughout Summit to kind of spark their interest and show the excitement of what happens over those, you know, few days that we're there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. And I think we can even start posting some things and start adding people starting now, you know, like inviting and adding and like, you know, whatever you want to post. If it's a memory from last year, you know, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to go, you know, or if it's just something you love about the business or something you want to share that you're proud of, you know, anything that has to do with coaching, I think.
The other thing that is a part of groups now is like a time, like stories. They have stories on Facebook particular to that group. Can we all post to that story or is it just?
I don't know.
Or is there you know, because I know on there, like on my team page last year while I was at Summit, I just added to my story on my team page too. But I don't know if we can all add on the behind the scenes.
Right. Maybe if I made everyone admin?
Yeah, I guess.
Where do you even do those stories on the group?
Well, let me find the group.
It's Coaching Life Behind the Scenes.
Coaching Life, okay. So, your group story. So I'm on my phone, yeah. So, like under where you would post a live or photo or a poll, it says your group story.
Okay.
And it has little, it's just like a tiny little like thing. And so, yeah, it looks like I'm able to post to it. So, I mean, if I'm able to, everybody can.
Yeah.
And so that's like a super amazing way.
Yeah.
Because even if everybody's on their phones or you don't have time to type up a, you know, well thought out post.
Right.
But want to, you know, say more than just a picture.
Yeah.
Just, you know, it's like an Insta story or like a Facebook story, I guess. I just don't do this. So I don't know if it's, you know, so yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. Well, good. Okay. So I'm trying not to make it long for you guys. I know. The Live For, I mean, I don't know how, if you guys have a plan, I posted it in Live Together and whatever you want to do, but we're doing the same setup that we did, I'm doing with Danielle, for 2B and 80 days. So basically, if you want to create an event page, that's how she's starting. I've not done that yet, but then we have the group that I listed in Live to Give, which is kind of like a holding group. It's information that we're going to keep posting in there. You can add your people to, and then we will move people who purchase to a separate group. Basically just, you know, but we can keep information flowing in that pre-group so people are still learning more and seeing, you know, more. I do have a document I'm going to share in Live to Give that has awesome stuff. Danielle's really good at putting this stuff together. She's that part of our success partner role, but she has listed like documents, the package sale prices, post ideas. So I will share all of that with you guys. Obviously, you know, make it your own. You all know that. But it's got all the information kind of in one document, which is really awesome. And then like Keyshawn was telling me the other day is in our back office, Beachbody even has ideas for how you can share this on social media. Obviously put it in your, you know, you have to relate it to yourself, but they have so much information back there now for us to use. And Joel posts all the time sharing stuff on his Instagram. So you can, you know, use that information too. But does anybody have any questions or, you know, anything as far as going forward with the Live For launch that you need help with? Or no?
I think the biggest thing was the timeline, you know, like being able to explain that to people, like in plain and simple English, because it was so many dates.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it really isn't that complicated, but it really is that complicated to explain.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I even have, people texting me yesterday, like, I don't quite understand. When does it? Like, you can buy it, but it doesn't actually, you know, it's kind of like, it's a little confusing, but so hopefully we're all kind of understanding.
I'm explaining to people, I start my group on July 16th. That's kind of like, you know, the best wording that like I'm starting my group for this program on July 16th. You can purchase June 11th.
Yeah.
And
ready to go with me.
I'm not even really talking about October.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they
Like,
say, well, I have on demand, well, good. I'll see you in October then if you don't want to.
yeah,
We'll have a spot
maybe
for
we'll
you
do it
then.
again. I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, so okay. And then the last thing, and I don't know if you guys are interested in hearing about it, but I just listened to Holly Hilliard's, and I've been trying to research a lot of Instagram stuff. Obviously, I've been trying to learn it. There's so many different things you can do, so many, and I really wanted to try and learn what I could do for you guys to help you grow your Instagram, help you grow your business, but not take a huge amount of time away from your family. Because I know Monica's busy. Her husband's gone a lot. She has 4 kids. We talk about this all the time. She's like, I know Stacey's busy. I'm frustrated. And I know Jessica has another job, and so many people, like, Chris has started Instagram, and Sharice, and I'm so proud of them, but they just don't have all day. They don't have 12 hours like Ala Testacori to, put into their business. You guys don't. And, but you can still, I know there's a way we can still do this. And so, I've been really researching, trying to figure out, and, obviously it's been the last couple weeks, so I haven't been able to see a huge growth myself yet implementing things. But what I've been doing every day is, you guys, and hopefully maybe some of the new coaches will listen to this, so I'll just make a quick, through the basic things, is make sure that your Instagram account is a business page. If it's not, I know Stacey, you got that switched over, right?
Yeah, but I switched it back just for a little bit so that I can quickly post right to my Facebook page, because my business Facebook page is completely blank and I just didn't want that. I don't need that right now. So I switched it back only for ease. And so I think I need the focus right now is to really make Instagram pretty and attractive. And then I will switch it so I can track. Yeah.
What do you mean you switched it back because what?
So because I was just posting from Instagram to Facebook just for the ease and to reduce the amount of time that I was posting on each one. And instead of it posting to my business page, I just wanted it to post to my Facebook page. And so just in this season, I just didn't have time to set all of it up, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It would post.
Can you not specify which page?
What'd you say, Mom?
Good.
Can you not specify which page you want it posting to?
Oh, you can?
I think so.
No, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe take a look at that. See if they're, but as soon as you can, get it switched back over. Just because, Jessica, is yours set up for a business page?
Not yet. That's on my to-do.
Even if it's not a business page, as long as it's public, does it really?
Yeah, can you explain why the business page?
I can explain, because then you can see who's watching your stories. You can't see that on a private page. You can reach out to them. And you also, so let me go to you probably can't see it, but up in the little corner, there's these lines, and you can then, it gives you insights. Now my phone is being really wonky. I'm probably going to have to get a new phone. But I don't know. Monica's, yours pull up. Do you have your phone there? Because mine is like struggling. Yeah. Let me see if, but the insights, it will tell you what time of day.
The little bars. So it shows the stats. Yeah.
Yeah.
The insights. Yeah.
But, here it comes. So like
activity, content, audience.
Yeah. You get the most traction, how many profile visits you had, how many website clicks, your reach, your impressions. It will tell you your content, which posts are getting the most interaction. So it will tell you your audience, 84% women, 16% men, age range, the locations, the followers, what time of day your followers are on. It's really pretty cool. And so I think it's a good tool to have, because I've been kind of looking at that a little lately, and trying to see, gear it more towards the people I have right now, what time, what type of people they are, the age, that type of thing. But the big thing is when you're doing stories, because stories are important, you can see, so you click down and you can see who's viewing your stories. So, and then you can have a conversation with them. If you have someone watching.
On personal, you can't see that?
No, that's what I heard. Yeah. So if someone's watching you every day of the week, they're definitely interested in you.
The stats are cool, but you can see who's watching on a personal account. But the stats are great.
Okay.
Especially what time and who and what, demographics and stuff.
Yeah, it must have changed because the one I listened, and things change so fast. The video I watched, it was like you need a business account because you can see who's viewing your stories. So that's quick. You want to make sure there's something in your bio that describes you, that people would, if they click on your profile, they'll want to follow you, right? So think about who you are. That's the avatar thing we talked about. And then get a link tree set up and get to some suggestions. Like one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my link tree a link to our coaching group on Facebook. So people can click that and go right into there. And I'm going to talk about it in my stories. I'm going to post about it. And hopefully we'll just get some people clicking in there. But use it to your advantage to drive people to the places you want them to go. If you want them to go to your Facebook page right now, if that's where you're more comfortable, put your Facebook page link, do what works for you. But I think Instagram is going to be huge for us. And so I know I'm going to try and do these quickly. So the app, one of the things Holly Hillier, who I listened to hers and it just kind of hit me. She's in the top 5 of the company right now. She ended top 10 last year. And, you can go look at her page if you want. But I've watched a ton of videos. And a lot of people say the follow-unfollow method is what she does. People say it doesn't work, but obviously it's working for her. She's in the top 5 of the company. So what she does is she takes this app called Captivate. And this is what it looks like. It's got the little people right there in the rainbow. Whoops, wrong one. But what it does is, so you take the Captivate app and then you find a profile. So I know Jessica loves baseball. And so are there some huge accounts that you follow that are linked to baseball?
Of course.
Okay, so maybe, women who love baseball, because I know for Denver Broncos, my husband, there's a Denver Broncos women, maybe go to find some of those profiles, something you love and that people get excited about, and so you would click search and you would type their username in there. And let me just say, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to pull up Monica. So I pull up Monica, and so it comes up like this, and you can see her posts. It'll be like this. So what you do is you pick a post. If you think that this profile, you pick this profile because people who are following this person would be your avatar. Okay, does that make sense? So you want to reach these people who are following this person. So I find a photo I like.
And who like that particular photo though too, right? Because you're going to that particular photo, or you're at my profile?
I'm at your profile, and then what I do is I go down and say, okay, I love this photo of Monica. I love what her message is. So the people who are interacting with it probably do too.
Resonating with that photo. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So then this photo has 105 likes. So I'll click the likes. Okay. It'll process. It will bring up all the people that liked Monica's post. So there's 2 ways of going about this. And I so Holly says, she goes through and she's like, any photo of a mom with a kid, I click on, right? Because I feel like they'd be my avatar. For me, I do that sometimes, but I also sometimes go to their profile to make sure. So like if I saw Liz and I thought, so I could hold down her picture and go to her profile and see for real if I do want to follow her, okay? Or you could just be like, okay, 1, 2, 3, they look good. I'll click, whatever. You have to remember Instagram has a certain number you can follow every hour. I believe it's 50. I only set mine up at 40. But what you can do is you can select, say, 40 people from here. Then you go to your actions and you can decide follow or add to whitelist is something. It's like you can add them to a list where I can't remember. Do you know, Monica, I can't remember.
It's the opposite of a blacklist. So a whitelist is people you will never unfollow.
Oh, okay, good. So yeah, like my mom or so, like I would never unfollow her, but like if I'm doing follow, unfollow, you can go back in this app and like,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
It like puts them in safe.
Yeah, exactly. They're safe from getting unfollowed. So if I have 40 people selected, I select follow, it will go through and follow them for you. Now, this is where it's kind of interesting. So if you pay for the app, it will load them and you can set it up where it'll only do like 40. You can go into the list, the queue, and then it'll do 40. So it never goes to the number that would put you in Instagram jail. I'm just trying to be fast with explaining this because I know we're already long on time. But so Captivate, you can find people to follow. After I follow people, if I happen to come across someone that I feel like, oh my gosh, they are my avatar, I really, really want to talk to them, I go to their account and I do interact with them. But if not, they're going to start popping up in your Instagram feed anyways, the people you followed, right? So when you see them, you can interact with them. I would do 3 likes and a comment. When they see you pop up, they'll start going to your stories or to your feed, And the thing is you give it I would do, I don't know, some people do once a week unfollow, and you can only unfollow a certain number of people too. But you start knowing, so I'm getting ahead of myself. So that's how you follow people. That's how you start finding people who might be your avatar. And the thing, Holly said, with Instagram is not to take it personally. Like if, people don't want to connect with you, it's okay. There's so many other people out there. And she suggests setting a time daily to scroll, like be intentional scrolling. Like, on Facebook, doesn't really work. On Instagram, it works. These people are going to start coming up in your feed. And when you see a photo, you can go, okay, yeah, I'm going to interact with that person. And if it's an avatar, I would go to their story. And if they have stories, I would, speak to them on their stories. That's what I do. I interact on, and stories have really been the best place to really connect with people. I'll ask questions, about a lot of people I follow are runners. I'll ask them what their training is, so Captivate is the app for following. The app I use for unfollowing is Cleaner. And so it's very similar, but it shows you when you go to Cleaner, the people you are following that aren't following you back. So you can decide, okay, I really still want to follow that person. Or you can be like, if you followed them for like a month and they're not interacting with you, and you be like, okay, and you can do it like 50 at a time. So it's super easy to follow, unfollow. And that's kind of how she built, her Instagram following. There's a lot of different thoughts on how to do it. Definitely hashtags work. Hashtags take more time. I would still suggest, so this is what it looks like. The little yellowy orange thing means they don't follow me back. So I would just go through and, you know, I have it set to show me who doesn't follow me back. And you want, like they were saying, when you're building your account, you know, you can't really keep your number of people you're following below your followers. But as you build your account, you want your number of people you are following to be less than the people following you. Because then it starts to look like a spam account, if, you know. So those were the two apps. And let me look.
I have a question. How do you keep track of how long it's been? Like, you know, if you're wanting to go in once a week and unfollow, then how are you keeping track of who you followed? Does that make sense?
Yeah. It does. I have not. I just kind of go by eyesight, you know, that type of thing. And I'm sure I probably let some people fall, you know, like, but I know the ones that I have personally interacted with, and if they haven't yet back, I still want to try, you know, I leave them. But if we've had no relationship, then, you know, kind of like
It's over.
Exactly. You're done. So,
okay.
But, you know, she was saying with this method, you do have to, like follow it doesn't take a lot of time, like as much time as like hashtag searching, if that makes sense. Like, it's less time, but it's not as many people who say yes, because you're not like, you know,
specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was saying that, she said, you know what, I've gotten back to where she's like, I'm the type of person that if someone is like fishing around, like, hey, how are you? You know, I love your page. She's like, what do you want? Like, we're all selling, right. Just cut to the chase. So she's like, this is what I do. I'll say people who are interacting on my posts or following my stories, I'll shoot them a message, super short. Thanks for the support. I'm sure you've seen whatever. I'm having a group coming up, health and fitness, and if you want to snag a spot, then let me know. And then she leaves a personal comment at the end, you know, about the person's page, their kids, whatever. But she said, basically, she keeps it short and sweet. She invites people who are already interacting on her page, and she doesn't waste their time. So that's something to think about. You know, it's different for everybody, like what you feel comfortable with. You know, I understand that for sure. I do a lot of times talking with people back and forth. And it would be nice to just have someone who wants it come on, you know. So it's just her, you know, her take on how she's doing it. And, you know, just the things we've heard. She said, hit on the fears about coaching or about, you know, starting your health and fitness journey in your stories or in your posts. Talk every day in your stories about coaching, if you want to build a team, if that's really what, you know. And for me, that really is my focus is, you know, I want to build a team. Use, you know, geotags, polls, have people ask questions on your post to get people interacting. And then something that I've been looking into, and I have some apps I can share too, but I shared with Stacy the other day, the Tagomatic app, which helps you find hashtags. If you're having trouble with that and you just want to do it fast and get it done, you can always refine it later. So like say you use Tagomatic and get a hashtag, when you search that hashtag, say you're using, I use life of a mom hashtag. So I'll search that, and then when I pull it up, my phone is being really slow. Did you guys notice that it gives you ideas under, usually, it gives you other hashtags that relate to the hashtag. So there's ways, I mean, you can get started with an app like Tagomatic and just start getting some hashtags and then refine as you go. One thing I was doing was stressing about having original hashtags and this and that, and, you know, and instead of just doing. And I think that's what Keyshawn and I talked about. She's like, you're going to keep failing forward. But if you stay still, you're not going to even move forward at all. Failing forward is better than going nowhere, you know. Like the other one thing Holly Hillier was saying is you can follow a hashtag. So it says, see that under there? It says follow, Life of a Mom. If I click follow that hashtag, people who are hashtagging Life of a Mom will start showing up in my feed. And so that's another way to connect with people that are doing, you know, hashtagging that are related to you. And the last thing that I'm looking and I'm starting is something, you guys know Brock Johnson, Shalene's son. He's like social media mogul. He has a content. I haven't done it, but he recently switched, and I've been thinking a lot about this because I follow a lot of photographers and a lot of like bloggers and stuff, you know. But he recently started making a theme on his Instagram page with color. So like making it look more professional and consistent. It doesn't mean your photos have to be perfect, but good light is helpful. A decent picture is helpful. But there are so many great apps that you can save a recipe or use the same filter and keep your look consistent. And I've not done well with that. I took a look this week at my brand colors that I want and am starting to try to figure out how I'm going to build that in and make my feed look consistent. But this app that I found, and I love it, it's called A Color Story. Or Color Story. It looks like this little color wheel down there. But it has, you can buy filters, but you don't have to. So like that's what I just edited our team pictures with. And I saved what I edited and I did all the pictures. And then what happens is you can do review, save and grid, or just save. So it will plop it into your Instagram feed and show you how it looks. So you can figure out how it's going to look before you post it. And you can write your post and post it right from this app. So it's pretty cool. You can schedule posts right from this app. So I love that it has amazing different filters that you could find your own look, your own way, you know, your own consistency for your story, and you can arrange it and, you know, do it all right there in one thing. But I think, you know, it's a lot. But I think some of the things we talked about tonight, once you start, like what I've done is I'll just do a follow, unfollow a little bit. As long as I do it, you know, it's something I can do on the couch at night. Do it once a day, you know, and don't get too crazy about it. But then when you're doing your scroll, because there should be some time during the day you scroll, interact with people that you feel drawn to. I mean, I've created some amazing relationships on Instagram already. You know, none of them have turned out for sure into the business yet, but I believe they will. I know because Monica and I meet in the morning. She knows kind of the story, but there's a girl, her name's Kristen, just like me, and she is a trainer, and she has her own macros program, and we met. This is how I meet most of my people, Disney running, actually, because they're healthy already usually. But she is pretty awesome. I got her on a call with Lynn. For a while, she was interested. She asked me about it, but then she was like, I don't think I can do it. And then she got on a call with Lindsay, and I sent her a package of stuff just last week, and she's so close, but she's afraid. She's like one of those people that she's like, when I do something, I do it all in, and I do it well. So she's like, I respect you, and she's like, we're great friends now. You know, it's funny from Instagram, but I believe she's going to be a coach, but I think it's been good. It's been so good. But just these organic relationships of even just finding people through your likes, finding people through following them, through hashtagging, through asking questions, being interested in their life. It's so much easier than Facebook. For me, it is. It's so much more fun. Everybody pretty much is selling something or has something to offer, and that's okay. People are okay with it. You know, I don't know. That's what I found, Monica. What have you found?
On Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's still people that are doing nothing.
Yeah.
There are some. And every time I come across some of those accounts where it's just like there's no website, or it's just like their personal blog, or like a link to their Facebook page that's not a business page or something, mm-hmm. You're like, oh, like it's like a gem, you know, like you're not involved in anything other than, you know, and it's just pictures of their pets or kids or places or food or what, you know what I mean? Like but they're not always my people either, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have like ongoing conversations with very many of those people.
Yeah.
So I think my people have a lot of things that they do, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people are selling stuff.
Do you guys have any questions? I know I went kind of fast and I threw a lot at you, and I will type it up. I've really been doing a lot of research and just trying to, you know, like I've been writing it down and trying to refine it and make it as easy and accessible for you guys as possible so that you can start getting some traction and conversations going and feeling good about it. You know, it's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen, you know.
Did Holly talk about tracking and how much of that she is tracking? Is she tracking every time what are you doing?
She didn't track. Well, I don't know. She didn't say. But what I've heard, like what Jess Fasola has said and different things, is only if you start a conversation back and forth with them do they track. I had started every time I commented or whatever, I was tracking, and that's too much because you don't know if they're ever going to respond to you, you know? So you might unfollow them tomorrow, you know? So I would just track the people you have an ongoing relationship with. That would be my thought. I don't know, but whatever you feel is best, like whatever. For me, I'm not good at tracking in general. When I do it, I do a lot better.
That the commenting and just the commenting and following, that was overwhelming really quickly. So yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So Stacy, like if you went into Captivate and went to look for an account, what type of account would you look to find out?
I was trying to think. Everything I come up with, everyone is fitness, and so I'm overwhelmed with fitness people. But so I'm having trouble finding accounts because, I mean, I think that my niche is not really active on Instagram. I mean, we're talking about country life and farming and sustainable living, and I think it could be really cool. You know, going like farm to table stuff. And even military. I think I'm still big. I think that's where my niche could be.
Okay.
They're not really on Instagram though. So I don't think so. I think I definitely agree with what Monica said. When I find one, I'm like, yes, and I'm trying not to be weird on social media. Like I found you. But yeah.
Well, it made me think, and this page, when you go to the search page and it has things you might like.
Yeah, they're all fitness people.
Okay, so as you start, like,
I would even.
Yeah, go ahead, Monica.
Even like brands, like look in your fridge. and go to like, like Vital Farms eggs, like go to them, see who likes them. Like we eat Epic bars, like go to their page, see who follows their page, who's engaging on their posts, like, go to like one of their posts that resonates with you and see who liked it and click on it and just go down the list.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. See who likes what you like. Like, it doesn't have to be a personal page, like looking at brands or locations or things like that, would totally work. See who else is into, farm to table things.
Because it is a big movement. I mean, it really is. And I'm sure that there are people, it's just finding, like my brother's girlfriend is very into that stuff and she's active on Instagram, it's just like Monica said, finding those people. Sometimes it's hard to find, but that is a great idea. Looking at the food you like, look at the brand.
Yeah. Think about like what you eat, where you shop, what you do, like what kind of supplies you need for those things. Like, what you wear. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe, Stacy, that might open up a whole new, look for those accounts on Instagram. And when you find some that has, I don't know, I usually do at least 10,000 followers because it's like, start plugging them into Captivate and see, who's following them and, follow them. And I'll type this up in steps so you guys have it. I know it's a lot. I had to watch things a couple of times, but and pull various videos. But I feel like it definitely, for you guys that are working in small pockets, it can be very helpful. Jessica, how are you feeling about everything?
I think what I struggle with the most is figuring out what to post on the regular page and what to put in stories. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm. Monica, you're good.
I think stories can be really messy, like really like just raw, unedited, stuff that, wouldn't make the cut for a post. I mean, just like you walking where you walk, like unlocking your car here, and you don't really even have to like narrate. It can just be like literally like I'm recording as I'm operating in life for 15 seconds and you hit story. Like it can be like that dumb. And and that's the nice part about it though, because, you can make it cute. You can add lots of things or filters or songs or whatever. And I was doing that for a while and, it takes more time, and I don't know that I was getting any more or less traction with or without. So it's just that much faster for me now not to worry myself with it, and spend more time on like an actual well-worded post instead of spending time in both places. But, if you're posting a picture of a cute plate of food, I would show the process of how it got to be on my stories and then the finished product on my page, something like that. Like slicing, dicing, measuring, the kitchen's a disaster that goes on stories, and then, here I am eating my pretty food or whatever, I don't know. Something like that.
Monica had to talk me through that. I mean, I think it's like, we were in Facebook world for so long, like, oh, let's craft a post. And then you're like, oh my gosh. I told her, I was like, I'm so boring. Like, you have cute kids at home. You can film doing funny stuff. I'm like, I sit here with my dog, and she's like, so what? You know how many people sit there with their dog and probably would rather see your dog today? I'm like, okay. So, I mean, you can do blending your shake. You can do, whatever. Your parents being silly, talking to them. You can put the boomerang filter on something moving. I did it on water in the pool yesterday. I mean, on a palm tree, whatever, it's, but just invite people into your life and to get to know you, because that's when the curiosity goes up and It's so funny when you start seeing all these, you're like, why are they watching my story every day? Like, okay.
Yeah.
So Jessica, what are you going to search for your Captivate?
Maybe something about baseball or Giants baseball, or then also like preschool teachers, preschool kids. I mean, a lot of my clients have been preschool moms.
Yeah. Teachers is a great niche.
Yeah.
It's, okay, guys, I know we've taken an hour. I'm sorry. I just wanted to share this with you. I want you to feel empowered and excited and know that you can do this. And because I feel like this year is a huge year for this team. I know it. I'm going to Elite. We're going to Elite. This train is leaving. Jump on if you're going with us. If not. But I mean, like, I listened to the podcast by Melanie Mitro the other day, and she's like, that's what I said. I was like, okay, this train is leaving. You're either on or you're not, and I'm going to do everything I can to help you be on that train. But I have some huge goals for us, and I know we can get there. We just all have to, be willing to just go for it. And I'm happy to help you in any way I can. So I can't wait to see you guys in 2 weeks. We'll be working on planning that sneak peek for after Summit. I'll reach out to you guys and we'll all get together, and hopefully maybe some of our, other coaches will join us. And feel free to add anything into the behind the scenes group. Is there anything else you guys need tonight? Yes, Monica.
Do you want us wearing a certain color for opening ceremony?
Oh.
If we're all getting together for pictures?
Oh, that's a good idea. It'd be a good idea to do something easy again. Like, if we want to even stay with, I don't want you guys to go out and spend money or anything. We're already, so anybody have thoughts? Do you want to do black again or something like that, or something everybody probably has, or anybody? What's a color?
Well, you're talking about your branding. What goes with your branding?
My branding is, it's kind of funny, but let me look at it. I drew up a whole board last year, and so it's gold, pink, gray, teal, and pinky. I mean,
you should pick one and tell us.
Well, most people probably have gray or, I don't know. I'll think, I just don't want people to go out and be spending a bunch of money. That's the thing. I think it would be super fun if we had a color together. So if you guys have, thoughts, I do like black too.
I honestly, for me, I think no matter what you say, I'm going to go buy something.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much whether you're picking a color or not. Like, that's just, I don't really,
Well, I'll post it. Yeah.
I'm just speaking for myself.
Okay. I'll post it. I'll see what the color is this year. That wouldn't be hard to find. I don't want anything that's going to be hard to find. I know that one year, Lindsay picked something and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't find anything in this color, and
well, even
black,
purple was hard to find.
Yeah.
Purple, that's what it was. But and then she opened it up to shades of purple. That made it easier.
So many.
But purple was hard to find for some reason last year.
Yeah. Well, let's I'll take a look. I think probably either gray or navy would be easy, I like pink. Pink's my favorite, but anyway. And one last thing. I just want to shout out Stacy for hitting Success Club last month.
Yay.
Yeah, it's been a while, but she's been working hard. I'm so proud of you, Stacy. You've been working hard, putting in the work, and so I'm so happy that you hit Success Club, and let's all work on it before 2 weeks from now so we can all celebrate.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
Yes.
Love you all. Have a good night.
All right.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
See ya.